The Atlantic Caribbean Music Radio Show.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have in the building with us somebody I've known for several years. He's a giant in the Atlanta music scene. He is a veteran selector and DJ representing for King Eternity Sound. We've got DJ Nolan in the building. Welcome.
Sorry, King AP. I love y'all still.
Yeah, shout out to you. You did amazing. Just want to let you know that.
The ladies are talking about the recent King of the Ring sound clash. See, they jumping right in, Nolan. See, they're saying, forget the history, forget the background.
No,
we just saw the splashes of blood flying in the arena, and we want to jump right there. So if you don't mind, we'll get there, but I want to also make sure people know the background and the history and all that good stuff too, right? Yeah. So King of the Ring sound clash was just held. Was it about a month ago now? Yeah. King Apocalypse versus King Eternity is put on by Mellow Promotion and Fan First, and it was kind of set up as who is King of Atlanta? Two dominant sounds who've been here for years, who had never really faced off, and they both have good fan bases, and people say, all right, who's the real King of Atlanta? And this was that event. Am I right? Did we sum it up right?
Yeah, that's basically correct.
Okay, and it was set up as a 4 rounds plus tune for tune, yeah. Right? And you won the first 3 rounds straight.
No, yeah, the first 3.
And that was it.
That was it.
Game over.
Game over.
Lock off.
Lock off.
Tell us about that feeling, about that particular night, and how important that win was for you.
I mean, I think it's one of the most important win for me, local win for me. If you know the history, although I felt like we the dominant sound, people in the streets always considered AP as the Atlanta song.
Right.
So basically, over the years, for some reason, all the competition, that 45 shootouts, you know how it goes. Yeah. We just never.
Y'all never squared up on the same event, no. So the word was still who's better, it was on the street, and finally,
finally they accepted the date.
See how he says that? You see how he says that, folks? So they finally accepted the date. I guess Joyce saying, were they running from the date?
I mean, I don't think it was a matter of running from it, but even he said it like
just scheduling issues.
No, he said it. He wait. I mean,
somebody couldn't figure the calendar days right, so they finally kind of like.
I think like over the years he has watched Eternity and he has his own stuff, and he just got to the point where he like, okay, I feel like I'm ready.
No, he feels he's ready. So before, although the streets might have been saying he is Jinx. We're talking about Father Jinx of King Apocalypse, right? Maybe not feeling the song was quite ready, which is fair, right? Because if you know King Eternity, you know that's a beast. Yeah. So you're not just gonna run in, right? Yes, you got to make sure at least that you feel that you are up for that kind of a competition. Yeah. So Nolan, you are Trinidadian,
Trinidad,
which is. I want to say different for the Sound Clash arena, because there are clash sounds all over the place. But in terms of the dominant, most popularly known, are mostly Jamaican selectors with clash sounds on that top tier, right? A great legend of the game, Babyface from King Addies,
a friend of mine,
was the first Trinidadian selector that I knew of, at least sound clash wise, on those levels.
Yeah, broke a lot of doors down for not only Trini selectors, but most non-Jamaican selectors.
Tell us about that experience of being a non-Jamaican in the clash arena.
Tough sometimes, you know. Remember, you going up against not only a person but a culture. You understand? And not an easy culture to get into. You know?
The whole crowd is basically Jamaican.
A very proud culture. Right. You know, for you to get into, for them to accept you, you got to be exceptional. Yes. You got to be like, you know, even playing Eternity. You know, a lot of people didn't want me to play Eternity because I was Trinidadian. Even when I first moved to Atlanta, there was this big thing. Oh, they got a Trini to play their song.
Right.
So, you know, but as I said, I just kept. I know I'm good. You know, I'm talented. So they just said, yo, don't pay attention to what people say. Just do you know. We got you, and that's how it is.
All right. So there he is. So right now, too, I would say probably in Atlanta at least, some of the top Sound Clash selectors here are actually non-Jamaicans. You got the King Animosity.
Yeah, I mean, even
King AP themselves.
Yeah.
The Guyanese and the Trini.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole thing has evolved so much that you can't really put barriers around it no more.
Right.
Barriers around no selector, or because the selector is from this country, you don't think he's good.
Right.
Those days are over. You know?
Right.
It's so the thing is so connected. The music is so connected. Not like how it was before, where I have to go to Jamaica to get music, or I have to go. You know, you don't have to do that no more. You can sit in your house and basically get everything you need. So
Right.
It's universal. So you can't put barriers around this reggae music or dancehall music or clashing. There's no barriers there.
Right. So let's do this real quick. We're gonna run for. You were born in Trinidad?
Yeah, I was born in Trinidad.
All right. How old were you when you left Trinidad?
Probably about 7, 8.
Okay. What was the musical influence between that time? Was it when you so good? Had you discovered the reggae as yet?
I didn't discover the reggae until discover how to play it until I probably was about 13, about that. 13, 14.
Yeah. So by that time, where did you move when you left?
By that time, I was in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
So that the New York vibe of that Jamaican culture and
I'm going to my 11, which is junior high, and my friend Stereofish from LP, he's going to Tilden, and those schools are next to each other.
Right.
That's like from my 11, you go to Tilden. That's just how it is. And Fish is like, we're playing basketball. Them time it's basketball. It's not even music. And Fish is like, yo, I got equipment in my house, and I be DJing. And I'm like, DJing? What are you talking about? Took me over there, and he had his receiver amp. I remember it, like a receiver amp and turntables, and he's like putting the music on, and he has a mic, and he DJing, and I'm like, I like this. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, you need to come by some more, and then he started. 2 other guys started teaching me about beat counts and how to put it in, and I'm catching on fast, and they like, yo, you learning too fast, and I'm just picking up, and I remember they kept them times was hookie parties. I don't know if you understand what hookie. When we cut school.
Skip school and have a party.
And kept a hookie party, and they were like, yo, Nolan, you play. And I'm like, yeah. They were like, yeah, you play, go play. They running the girls, and I'm like, I just want to play, like, yo. And I'm playing, and the party's going, and they like, after the party was like, yo, after today, you the DJ.
That was it. You got your new job right there. That's it.
And that was it. That was it.
And once that bug catches you, that's it.
Yeah, it was a wrap. It was like every day now. Leave school, play basketball, go play music.
All right.
School, basketball, music.
I know the life. So then the move from New York to Atlanta. Now, did the King Eternity relationship happen before that transition, or that happened after?
The relationship with me and Eternity was way before that. ROKU is basically the owner of the song. He lived in Brooklyn, and again, basketball. That's where, so as a kid, I used to watch him play basketball, and we go in there, and, and he's like, oh, y'all go to the side, and, because they over there. And I'm like, oh, dude. And then one day his brother came to me and was like, yo, you know, my brother got a song in Virginia this time. I'm maybe about 16, 17. He's like, yo, you need to come to Virginia and play the song. And I'm like, my man, I didn't even graduate from high school.
Just
like,
up and bounce out and go play sound.
We got you. Like, yo, come, man, we got enough dubs. Because by that time, I'm into the dubs now. And he's like, yo, we got everything. You just come. I'm like, hell no. So they left. They went to Virginia. And I went to school upstate for a little bit, 4 years. And then after school, decided to move to Atlanta. So I called Rough Brother, and I told him, yo, I'm moving to Atlanta. And he's like, oh yeah, good, you're gonna play the song. We moved to Atlanta now. I said, I thought it was no, we moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
So they moved me down. I came down, they were like, yo.
So just by coincidence, both of y'all independently were moving here at the same time.
Same time. And, you know, I remember moving down, and they invited me to the club that time, Legacy, the first Legacy.
The Atlanta history, if you don't know, for those of you who are recent, the newbies, yeah, there was on the east side, there were two predominant, maybe three, in terms of large venues, yeah, where you can have really nice dance and things, right? And Club Legacy was one of those things. So for anybody who was here through the 2000s, the 90s and 2000s know Club Legacy, yeah.
So I remember them bringing me in, and it was like, yo, there go the dub box. And Ruff is like, yo, my brother talk about you being like, you know, so this is what's going to happen. You want to play the song? There go the dub box. Take it home, study it, and then come back tomorrow and play for half an hour to an hour. So I'm like, all right, I take it home, and I'm going through the dub box, and I'm like,
I gotta say something. I gotta say something. They really knew you or really trusted you.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, yo,
yeah.
dub box. Because, see, here's the other thing. You see, you can, the MP3s can be replaced real easy and fast, I think. But a dub plate then was actually, you had to cut these records like exclusives. So you lose that plate, that might be an issue. And back then, the DAT might be wherever, the tape might be wherever, so that might be an original cut right to steal.
Those dub plates never used to leave the club. They used to be locked in the back, you know. But he said, yo, take them home, study, come back. So I took them home, going through them. I'm like, yo, these dudes got songs, like, you know. So I picked out like a half an hour worth of songs and came back the next day. And you know how Legacy set up with the stage, and they up in the booth, and they're like, yo, it's yours, go ahead. And I'm playing, and I'm like feeling the vibe, and then he come down, and he said, yo, that's the way I want my dub plates to be played, man. He's like, yo, we got something coming up 3 months from now. It's the U.S. Rumble, 2003. He was like, yo, we want you to play. I'm like,
you step right onto the sound and right into the U.S. Rumble within 3 months. That
was my first clash on King Eternity.
So when you say you jumped into the fire,
jumped into the fire.
You didn't have an early one with your career. You jumped right into the fire.
They have mad faith in you. Like they saw something in you that you probably didn't even know it yet, and they saw it in you.
Like they just like, yo, you going. They're like, okay, we got a couple other selectors on the song in Virginia, because that, you know, we originated in Virginia and we moved here, but we still had a base in Virginia. He was like, there's 2 other selectors in Virginia. You're gonna have to go there and battle them. He's like, whoever win gonna play.
Okay.
So I'm like, Donovan is like, yo, you better go to Rough Brother. You better make me look bad when we go to Virginia. I'm like,
The pressure.
He's like, yo, don't make me look bad. I'm like, yo, but they know. He's like, yo, come on, man, just go in there and do your thing. And I'm like, we go there. They have a studio like this set up, turntables, and 2 selectors, and they flip a coin, clash, you know. And I'm like, all right, I won. I'm like, yo, you play first. And they play first. And after they played, them times we just got some new Barris, but we cut him in Atlanta, and Virginia didn't have him yet. And I played them with the whole studio going crazy. And the other selectors is like, that's unfair because we don't have this. And they like, yo, hear what Nolan is going to rumble. You know, me and Biotic, I don't know if you remember.
The legacy of King Eternity, John Wayne, Gary G, Bionic, Lion. There's been a few guys who rolled through that mission.
Trigger, like
Trigger love people.
I mean, it's a people might wanna admit it, but it's Atlanta's song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Virginia thing was, and the fact that, which only happened maybe 2 or 3 years prior to Eternity moving here, where AP, founded, and so what he had was those who grew up with, not let's say grew up, but went to high school here. And then, so for them, they say they feel more ATL because they actually went to high school versus somebody who moved here after the fact. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with DJ Nolan of King Eternity Sound System.
Yes.
You have a question?
Yeah, no, I was saying I'm one of those that moved after the fact.
Oh.
Yes.
So we've settled that argument, right? And I was saying, in case anybody didn't know it's official, I'm making sure they understand it's official, right? The mayor's talking right now, right? King Eternity is the king of Atlanta, right? It's that's settled, right? Now you can have your other your other contenders and the right day to set up the thing. So it's kind of put some order to the team. You know what I mean? I think that's important right now.
Yes,
and nobody's jumping the line in this order.
Oh, yeah, I heard it here.
There's a lot of jumping going on right now. So nobody's gonna jump the line and feel like they're gonna pressure me into doing anything because they feel, that is not gonna.
If you just reach, sit down and calm yourself. All right, ATL have our own teams.
Y'all heard it. Where y'all heard it first at?
Don't think you're coming and jump no line.
Speaking.
Pull up.
What the king said.
Don't jump the line. Wait your turn.
See, the mayor and the king have spoken.
So all those people that just moved here with the bag of dubs, it's not gonna work. You understand? Y'all going y'all lane, I'm going in my lane. And if one day y'all lane happen to cross my lane, then I kill you.
Whoa!
Right now,
oh, shots fired tonight.
now ATL has become the war ground as of late. And I'm gonna say this loud and proud because I need people to hear it. Atlanta is running Sound Clash scene right now. All right? Hot Atlanta's running Sound Clash scene right now. We had the big Revelation Sound Clash last year at East versus King Animosity. We had the big King of the Ring Sound Clash, which was excellently staged. And that's a big up to the promotion team. Because when you have the competitors who are delivering on top level, the promoters also delivered on top level.
It was very professional, very perfect.
100%. That's what we need. This weekend, there's a big war coming up in town. Right? Who do you have for this battle?
Oh God, I have Animosity.
King Animosity versus King Tower. Twin Towers.
Yeah, I mean they have to win now. They can't lose. And I mean I'm
talk the talk because people said the same thing about you. So I want you to really tell people what you mean when you say they have to win this one.
I mean they have to. They lost 2 in a row. I mean they invested a lot of money in their sound. It's time for some returns. You understand? They took on 2 very hard competitors. This competitor, I don't think, is on the level as the 2 that they did before. So
you're saying this one is kind of set perfect right in the zone for them to.
This one they have to win. They home. They consider this their home. So I mean, I'm hoping that people come out and give them that home court support.
We're coming out.
You know what I mean? I'm not that type that's gonna sit here and be like, I want them to lose. No, I don't want them to lose. You know, regardless of what they part of
the home
our,
team.
of
The
our,
home team,
our
yeah.
What we
team, right?
building,
Yeah, about what we building. They part of it right now. So I'm a team player, so most people think I'm not, but I am. And I want them to do good. I want them, the better they do, the better it is for our scene. So
Right.
I want them to do good.
Right.
That's why, and I want every song in Atlanta to do good, because the biggest problem I was having is when I clash against songs from Atlanta and win, the people on the outside say you're supposed to win because those songs are not on the level that, so if the competition around me gets better, then my wins get better, and my losses get better for the people who beat me.
Who beat you,
know what I mean? Because when I lose, I'll be like, oh, Nolan wasn't feeling to play. That's, or you know what I mean, or whatever the thing is. So I mean, it's better. It's a whole better situation for everybody who's involved in Song Clash in Atlanta if they do good, and if Cartel do good, and if AP continues to clash. I don't want AP to get discouraged and say, oh, they just going to go back to the juggling thing. I don't want that. I want them to take on some competitors. I mean, it's good it's good for everybody involved in something that we've been working on for a very long time. I mean, we were playing, before it get to where it was there, we were playing in front of 5 and 10 people and, just building it.
Yeah, it's a real underground labor of love, that kind of thing. The passion, the love of the culture. Dudes was just doing it kept doing it until one more, and then 3 more people on the show, and
until it gets to a point where I could feel confident that okay, if somebody called me for a clash and they want to clash in Atlanta against me, I could be like, okay, it's gonna have a good turnout. I feel confident we could do that now. Performance wise, I mean, I don't ever want to perform under that performance that I did the other at that clash. Like, that's my goal, never to fall below that level. I listened back to audio. I looked at the
Is it easy for you to do? Because let me tell you, it's hard for me to do. Right? Listen back to.
I don't really listen back, but people were talking so much about it that I said, all right, let me see what they so hype about, you know? Yeah. And it killed me because I saw so much mistakes and I'm like, oh, no, why did you say that? Or why you do that? Or, you know what I mean? Oh, gosh, damn, Nolan, that mix was off. So I know by listening to that there's so much improvement, like, so much improvement, so much more ways I could get music across or stories across to people. So just constant practice, constant staying in the music, constantly keep thinking about new ideas, because a lot of it is not even music. A lot of it is ideas, right. You know what I mean? How am I gonna get this across? How am I gonna grab the people's attention? Because I tell people all the time, everybody in this, when you get on a certain level, when you clashing, everybody got music. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna overpower. There's only few songs could overpower other songs. Everybody have music, and the way how it's set up now, where there's time limits, you could only play a certain amount of songs. So the most important thing is preparation, performance. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yeah. And grabbing that crowd attention. Like, you grab the crowd attention 75% of your
Yeah, because I was lit from the first.
That was her very first song clash ever.
I was lit the first time when you went in that stage, and I was like, I felt the energy. Literally, I felt like, I was like, oh my God, this guy is gonna kill it tonight. I said, and I went to him and I said, I said, it's him. Yeah. I said it's him. That's it. I didn't even have to listen to. You didn't even have to go to the second or third round. I know it was you.
It's my first song clash, but it's my first time hearing Nolan. I'm like, who? Oh, nobody never tell me this. I was upset.
And I said, where this kid from? He was like, from Trinidad. I said, he's from Trinidad. I said, yeah.
And they said, hold on. Wait, because I'm hyped. Because I'm Miss King AP over here, right? I'm hyped. And then they say, hold on. Nolan don't play yet. And I'm like, gosh darn.
Which is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Winning the new fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a fan for life right here.
And I know people have this thing about, places being biased and all of this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that. It's just people don't know.
No,
And I
they
think
don't.
once they get the chance to really know and see what's up, I think then people will, judge the
Right,
thing
like
on
somebody
its own.
like me who didn't know
I did not
on
know.
neither one of them. And what's his name came up first. He did it, but the minute I was like, oh, he got it. That's it. I'm done. Like
I just-
why are we even going forward with this?
I guess I watched AP the decline, but thank you for coming and thank you for showing that.
Yes,
how
appreciate
it's-
you. Yes.
Nolan, real quick, we got like 2 minutes. What's next already on the calendar? What the people can expect?
People could expect something huge for not only Atlanta, but for me, King Eternity in January.
Okay.
It's gonna be huge. Just trust me, huge.
Okay.
We're gonna be taking on. I'll just say it like that. I guess we're gonna be taking on one of the top 5 songs in New York.
Okay,
You
all right.
understand? So it's gonna be one of the
Alright.
top 5.
Yeah.
As soon as the contract is signed, I'll let y'all know exactly what it is.
I know who he's talking about, but don't worry about it. We ain't gonna put that one on the street yet.
Don't put the word out
We
yet.
ain't gonna put that one on the
I know.
street yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Yes.
earth shall shake. Anyway.
It ain't shaking as it used to shake. You know what I mean? It ain't shaking as it used to shake.
Listen, we're gonna make the ground rumble. Anyway.
But I think Atlanta deserve a champion, man.
Yeah, man. Real
You know what
talk.
I mean?
Real talk.
And this is the first step to putting us on that map.
That's right.
And I'm not playing around no more the little no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Win, lose or draw, we going for the.
You coming strong.
We going
How can people get in contact with DJ Nolan King Eternity? All you all know what's up.
Everything is at King Eternity. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, King Eternity. If you're looking to follow me, DJ Nolan the King, same thing, everything, DJ Nolan the King. Again, Atlanta, thank you for the support. Keep Soundclash alive. Like to see more girls come out to support the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like to see more girls, just period. So, ladies, you
You know what, Peg?
you can come to the
Yo,
show.
he's been on the
You
road
can-
tonight. He's
every
been
Monday-
on the road tonight.
Every Monday, we right here at night. Y'all can pull up and be up front.
This dude has been
I
on the
promise you.
road tonight about dude.
I promise you, I'll give pictures as we're going out. All right? Okay. But
He's like, y'all.
we got 30 seconds. No. Last night, World Clash, the final World Clash.
Yeah.
Right? Just your quick synopsis of what.
I mean, good, great. I loved it. Of course, my best friend Dynamic didn't win, but he continued. He'll get his win. You know what I mean?
He and Super Peck are working on the same thing. That closing.
Yeah, he just got
It's the
to close.
closing.
He just got to close.
It's the closing.
I mean, some of that is just needing more material. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just needing.
What I found, it's material and experience. Because
Yeah.
even like my time on Matrix, there's just certain songs that I felt I needed before I could even go into a certain section. Fill in the blanks. I think, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Atlantic Caribbean Music Radio Show on DWC Radio and CLTV. You've been with us for the last 2 hours. Thank you so very much. Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll be right back on next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to follow us on all social media. This is Atlantic Caribbean Music Radio Show.
Hola mi gente, le habla Kathy from the Atlanta Caribbean Music Radio Show on DWC and Caribbean Life TV. Please go ahead and download the TuneIn radio app and search DWC, then go and subscribe to the Caribbean Life TV channel on Roku so you can catch us live each and every Monday starting at 9 o'clock p.m.